Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. It's Rad, and in this video you can watch the forecast for your star sign for the week July 7th to July 13th, 2025. And if you are interested in a personal reading with me, you can go to my website, which you are seeing right now on your screens, or you can find its link into the description down below. Now with that said, let's jump right away to your forecast. This reading is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and also Rising. And if you're born under the Cancer sign, then the reading will display the things that you're going to face going through your week, like situations, people, hopes and dreams, enterprises, and so on and so forth. While if your moon is in Cancer, then you can take from the reading how you're going to feel going through all that, through all the enterprises of yours that this week is going to present you with. One second. And if it happens that your rising sign though is Cancer, then you can take from the reading the best way how you can deal with stuff around. So watching for all three should give you a pretty good idea what kind of a week you're going to have ahead. And the first one for you, Cancer, which describes the topic and the environment of your week, that will be Three of Swords. Followed by the second one, which describes what is going to hold you back, that is Five of Cups. Third one, that will be what is going to help you move forward, we have Five of Swords. And the fourth one is going to be the wrap-up of the week, how things are going to end, that is Temperance. So rough week, as we can see here, not a very good start with the Three of Swords and the Five of Cups. Oh man, I really don't want to interpret that way the Three of Swords, but at least in my knowledge of the card, there is, in taking all the cards under consideration, there is no other way how we can look at it. Three of Swords. Your heart is about to be broken. Yeah, your heart is about to be broken by the look of the card. You knew it for quite some time under the influence of the Three of Swords. I just soon want to believe it in one or another way. And mind you, that doesn't has to be an affair, because many people interpret Three of Swords as affair. Doesn't have to be an affair, right? Three of Swords is all about a very painful truth that will relate to something or someone you love, that you had hints for quite some time. It's just you didn't pay attention. And now into the upcoming week, this is going to be a truth about the matter at hand that you cannot deny anymore. And it will brand your heart, which is going to be the worst out of all that. So that is going to be a reminder a ring on your finger, if I may put it that way, that always is going to, whenever you do face similar situations, for example, your heart gets broken because you end up being laid off of the job you really, really love. And every time from there on moving forward, you end up applying and getting a job you would love, is going to evoke those memories, okay? And it's going to plant a very negative thoughts in your mind that will happen again. You will fall in love with your job, and at some point imminently you're going to end up being laid off. It doesn't have to happen that way, okay? But whatever that week is about breaking your heart, we're going to come to the third card into the spread, but it will benefit you mostly to get your chin high and just move forward. That truth could be literally anything. It could end up that the woman or the man you are dating is already married. It may end up that you are never going to get the chance. It may of an enterprise you would love to be a part of. It could be literally anything. I mean, that painful truth that you're going to get. And it is important that you do not allow the very painful and negative thoughts that this truth is going to create for you to twist and tangle in your mind, ossifying you into trying again. And what is going to hold you back? Five of Cups, it's self-battering. Adopting the opinion and the standpoint that it was all your fault, that you made all of the wrong choices, and that's why you are ending up in that position. I can't vouch that you haven't, but definitely you haven't made them all, right? Because no matter what it turns out to be that truth, others that are involved in the matter are also guilty of this breaking in your heart. And again, that is a general reading. For some, the breakup is going to be quite severe. For others, barely going to notice it, but still is going to have a flinch of sadness, or a sprinkle of sadness for them. No matter that disappointment that you're going to have, that wave, that surge of disappointment, a torrent of disappointment that you're going to have, and a surge of sense of loss, that you have lost almost everything. You got to fight against that with everything you have, because they don't have to be permanent. They should not be permanent. You can make them just a temporary disappointment, a partial sense of loss that you can regain afterwards. So it all comes to that, how strong of a will you have, and how much of a mind how much you do control your mind, in a sense of, banishing negative thoughts of a failure, and thoughts of worthlessness, because many of you are going to experience that you aren't good enough, okay, that you are never meant to be happy, that you're never meant to have something so beautiful, and so on and so forth, again, which isn't true. Now, the third card shows what can help you move forward, and that is Five of Swords. And I really hope that you can use that drive, you can use that energy just for a time. You do not make it something permanent, some kind of a permanent fuel of yours, because Five of Swords here shows that you can just turn on everyone around, turn on everything around, and do everything to your own personal benefit, completely disregarding what your actions and what your basically choices are going to cause to anyone's life around. This is about stretching beyond your limits, stretching beyond what is allowed to you to do, and you can do that in this week. And it's very painful reading for me, but in philosophy of tarot, anger is one of the greatest motivator. Anger, it's a limitless source, and it gives you the power to go beyond your current limits, because you just don't give a dime anymore, right? You aren't afraid, you aren't attached to anything. The only thing that matters is the task at hand. And with the Five of Swords, whatever the task that you think is going to help you overcome that sense of loss and that severe disappointment, you can accomplish by the end of the week. However, once you feel satisfied, it will be important that you do abandon that very potent energy of selfishness. Because otherwise, what is going to be the result of all that is you're going to leave people humiliated, people betrayed, and you will extend, like I said, far beyond your limits, and afterwards the repercussions for you are going to be bigger than you know. So how the week is going to end up for you here is Temperance. That depends what kind of a heart breakup or heartache you're going to have. Temperance plays in many different ways, but if it is an romantic heartache, so you end up breaking up with your beloved one, or you separate or whatever, Temperance shows that by the end of the week you end up forging some kind of a good terms in between each other. You may still be disappointed, you may still be in love with that person, for example, or angry at them and so on and so forth, but for some reason you are going to end up forging some kind of agreement, some kind of a good circumstances that are surrounding you, which may give you the grounds afterwards to make a reconciliation, if that is possible on a later stage. Should that be about business, then you will learn to control your emotions and your drive, minimizing the extreme, if at all abolishing the extreme actions that you are determined to do, therefore causing almost no harm to yourself and almost no negative consequences to yourself. Regardless what it is, people are going to understand your position, they are going to understand your actions, they are going to understand where you're coming from, and they will hold no grudge to you, even if you do cause some humiliation and some betrayal going through the week. And what you're going to face from the people around you is compassion and solidarity towards you. That's why it's going to be important. Yes, you can give yourself to this selfish energy, okay, so you can overcome these negative thoughts, but you shouldn't dwell in it. And if that is what you do, then by the end of the week probably you're going to end up in a good terms with the people around you as well. So I'm sorry for that reading, Cancer. I really hope that it relates to something very small in your life. And I don't know if you enjoyed it, but if you did, you can subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Leave a like or dislike. Leave a comment as well if you feel so, and if you think that this reading can help someone you know, you can share it with them as well. Other than that, hopefully we're going to see each other next time. Until then, bye.